Hello folks, Shani from Techie Investor. Join me as I today dive deep into the crypto world and try to predict the Bitcoin price by the end of 2024. As we all know, in September 2024, Bitcoin is of considerable interest by a lot of retail investors, and even in the political side. A lot of political senators have invested in Bitcoin. So definitely there is a lot of interest in Bitcoin. Now, let's look at some of the factors that could affect the Bitcoin in 2024. The number one is regulatory landscape. Definitely more countries have adopted Bitcoin and tried to make some regulations on how to trade and invest in Bitcoin. But still, there is a lot of uncertainties and not all the boundaries have been covered. Okay. The second major development that happened this year is the institutional adoption, especially in US. Most of the major institutional investors like BlackRock, etc., have adopted Bitcoin, and that gives us a different way. That gives us a lot of capital to be invested in Bitcoin. So that definitely we have seen it. It has pumped the price up. But of course, the prices has pumped the price up from last year with that speculation that the institutional adoption is going to be in place, right? So definitely that speculation is here. The number three is technological advancements are also happening in the sense we all know that Bitcoin network is very, very slow. Definitely it is doing at 7 to 8 transactions per second. But now with the advent of Lightning Network, which is a layer 2 for the Bitcoin, just like how we have layer 2s for Ethereum, that would significantly increase the speed and lessen the transaction fees on the Bitcoin networks. So that sounds to be a good one. Finally, volatility. Definitely Bitcoin is a very volatile asset class, and it is not for the faintest of the hearts. It will continue to be volatile, and it can make big moves on the either way, right? We all know that. So, and definitely there will be a lot of speculation and fear of missing out on this Bitcoin, and that could drive the prices up. Okay, so definitely we need to keep a watch on it. And finally, but not the least, is the macroeconomic conditions such as inflation rate and the inflation and the interest rates, right? Definitely on September 17, 2024, when the FOMC announced the 50 basis point, that's a very good sign for Bitcoin to go up, right? Definitely Bitcoin has been going up since the interest rates were cut down, because now the investors will be willing to invest in a riskier asset classes. One thing about Bitcoin we need to understand, some people call it as a digital gold, which I don't agree. The reason is gold is considered as an inflation hedge to the markets. But we have seen a time again and again that Bitcoin always moves along with the markets and falls with the market. So it's definitely not a hedge. So I just wanted to clear that myth that Bitcoin could be a hedge. So definitely, if you really want to look for a hedge, you invest in gold. And also there is a coin, there's a token out there called Pax Gold, which you invest in gold assets. So that could be a better hedge than the Bitcoin. Okay, so definitely wanted to bring this. So now, having considered these factors, definitely, as I had mentioned before, the cut of the interest rates is working well. It's working in favor of the Bitcoin. And now let's dive deep into the charts to see where Bitcoin could position by end of 2024. So without any further delay, let's look at the chart. On the screen, you're seeing my Bitcoin with the Bitfinex exchange weekly chart, and also the Bitcoin Bitfinex daily chart. The cryptos work in a little bit different way. They have charts on every exchange, and there is a possibility of doing arbitrage trading where we can buy on one exchange for cheaper and then sell it on the other exchange for higher prices. But let's not get there. So what is going to happen here is, if you look at it, on the daily chart, I'm going to expand it bigger for you. You see that it has broken out it had a breakout at 61,000 and has been rising for the past 5 days. What is its next target? The next target seems to be 67,510. If it can get, that is where I'm expecting it to go. So once it reaches 67K, then I am expecting a retracement back to this area, which is 60,624, which is on my weekly chart. So that is where we want to see. If not, then we can also see a little bit lower, but I'm expecting it would consolidate here at 60 before making a bigger move. Now, when do you think it could cross and get higher? Definitely the number of weeks it had fallen down is very huge. So we might have a consolidation here. But on my daily chart, I see that it could reach 75K by October 28th. So if it can get there October 28th, that will be phenomenal. So let's see what happens. So at least we should expect it to be either November first week or second week for it to hit 75 and $79,785 or even 80K. That's what we are expecting. So that could happen in November. And once it gets past this line, we can also hit the $92,023, which is the 1.375% extension. And if it could cross that, we could hit it 98K, and that is at close to 100K. So in a nutshell, folks, at least by the end of 2024, or at the beginning or in the first month of 2025, we should see Bitcoin hitting 100K before it could retrace. And that also coincides with the elections getting done and the next president getting nominated for the new term. So that could exactly coincide with it. So definitely keep a watch on it for 100K for Bitcoin, folks, but I don't expect it to stay there longer. It might retrace quite a bit after that. So definitely that's what is my prediction for Bitcoin in 2024. Hope that's valuable to you. Thanks for watching so far, and I would love to hear your own Bitcoin price predictions in 2024. You can leave them in the comments. Don't forget to check my other videos for more insights on the world of cryptocurrency. With that, I'll catch you in the next one.